everybody, so I'm back with another video today. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to talk about my 2019 running goals. So, just chilling here in my little kind of gym meditation setup. We've got this place set up so we can really just, focus on improving ourselves in many different ways in 2019. Mental clarity, some physical, a good place to go and work out a little bit. And yeah, it's also serving as my office. So we've kind of switched things around, trying to get a nice fresh start for 2019. And with that comes new goals. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a recap of 2018, kind of talk a little bit about how that went. I'm going to do another recap video coming up. But as far as the goals go for 2019, they kind of keep, extrapolating on what I did in 2018. So without any further ado, I want to set a few new running goals, or a few new running personal bests for myself. 2018 started off with me wanting to run every year, or every day for the year, and I did that. As I talked about in my last video, I did run every day for 365 days in a row, so I was able to go on that run streak, did really well, finished the year over 2,500 kilometers, ran 2 marathons. I hit some goals for sure. Got a personal best in the 5K, just under 22 minutes. Got personal bests in half marathon, 5 miles. I broke sub 4 hours for the marathon on my second attempt this year. Really happy about that. What can I say, man? 2018 was a great year. Definitely smashed a lot of goals. Now moving into 2019, so I have broken that run streak because I think that continuing to improve, I'm going to need proper rest days, and although I'm going to be still following same kind of a training schedule that I did last year, I'm going to be taking proper rest days, or at least cross-training days in between, to really just maximize and absorb the training that I got, from the different sessions. So first up, I want to, for the 5K, break 20 minutes. Now, for me, that's quite fast. That means I have to break a 4-minute kilometer for 5 kilometers. I feel like I can do that though. I feel like I've definitely gotten stronger. I've definitely gotten faster over this last year. And with my 5K personal best right now, just under 22 minutes, having not really trained for speed, having always trained for endurance over the last 2.5 years since I started running, I think if I put the focus in on speed itself, I'm going to be able to break 20, although that is an aggressive goal for me. Anyway, my 5K that I'm going to be my target race, my goal race, is in May, and it's a local one. It is nice and flat. It is fast, and I think that's the race. That's what's going to happen. So sub 25K, we'll see what happens. I'm confident. I've never actually raced a 10K race, but within some faster runs or some time trials, I have managed to come up with a personal best of about 47, 30, somewhere in that range. I know I can run one faster than that. That's always been the middle of another run or some other kind of a time trial. So I'm looking to do a sub 25K, so I'm looking for about a sub 43 10K. I should be able to do that. I'm pretty confident in that, especially if I get in a race environment. But there just aren't a lot of 10K races around. It seems like where I am anyway, things that are local are generally 5s, or maybe halves, or if they do offer a 10K, it's where I want to run a 5 or a half. So anyway, I might have to just kind of play with that one, so I don't have a target race or a goal race that's on the calendar for that. We'll see what happens. My half marathon personal best right now is about 152, and I want to hit a 140. Actually, I want to break 140. So that means I need to be running at about a 4:44 kilometer. And you know what? I feel like I can do that. That pace feels not easy at this point, but it does feel manageable for a half marathon distance. Personal best right now is sitting at about a 5:17 kilometer. To take 30 seconds off that pace, I don't feel like that's unreasonable, especially since all of my personal bests have essentially happened while marathon training. So putting more focus on speed, I think it's going to happen. So that's the first race. Actually, I've got 2 half marathons on the books. One of them is coming up in April, and it's the very first half marathon that I raced in 2016 or 2016? No, 2017. And it's a very hilly course, so for that one I'm actually just targeting a 145. And then 2 weeks later is the 5K race that I want to break my sub 20. So I'm going to be training at the same paces because it kind of extrapolates to around the same goals, the same kind of training paces for those certain goals. So I'm going to be running that half marathon for a 145, and then 2 weeks later running my sub 20 attempt. And then I'm going to take a couple of weeks just to run easy, to absorb some of that so I don't burn out. I'm going to start my training in mid-February. Mid-May, I'll be having run my goal race for the 5K. So I want to allow myself at least 2 to 3 weeks just to kind of chill a little bit, at least dial back on the hard workouts. And then I'm going to kick it right back into gear. I've got another couple of 5Ks and a 5-miler, in that kind of time frame in like June and stuff. But then late July is going to be my actual goal half marathon pace, and that's where I'm going to go for my sub 140. That's going to be the same course where I ran the marathon last year and broke my 4-hour mark. For a half marathon as well. And since I'm not going to be doing any marathoning this year, it's a good course for a half marathon attempt for my personal best. It's not flat by any means, but for around here, for the coastal roads that we have here in Nova Scotia, it's, about as flat as you're going to get for a half marathon route, unless you're sticking to the trail. So this is road, of course. So yeah, that's kind of what my goals are. I've got, maybe a couple of other loose goals as far as like 5 miles and stuff like that, 10 miles, but I'm not actually training for those. There's no race that's actually going to happen for those. So again, my goal races will be done by end of July, and then I don't really know what August is going to bring. I'm hoping to go on a nice 2-week vacation, camping out on a beach or by a beach at this place that's about a 4 or 5 hour drive from home. Hoping to have a really nice place there, a really nice vacation there rather, for a couple of weeks, and then maybe pick up a couple of small races for the fall, for September and October. Do some of the ones that I normally do every year. But so those are my goals anyway. I imagine that my mileage is going to remain high, by my standards anyway. I hit 2,500 kilometers in 2018. I assume I'm probably going to hit about the same, maybe even a little bit more. Even though I'm not going to be running every day, I feel like the quality of my runs is going to be better. I'm probably going to run longer on the days that I do run. And there might even be some days where, maybe I have to miss a day or do something because of weather, and I just do a double, like, run in the morning and then again in the evening. So we'll see what happens, but I'm thinking it's going to be a successful year. And really, I just want to work on that speed and work on that strength and that core fitness. And so, going to be doing lots of yoga, daily yoga, at least in the evenings to wind down before bed, but probably in the morning as well. Going to start doing some other kind of core work and body weight kind of stuff, just for total body fitness. Of course, when you're running every single day, you're not taking any kind of proper rest days or anything, there's not a lot extra in the tank to be doing other kinds of workouts. So last year was completely just running, lower body, leg work. My calves are freaking huge, but now it's time to kind of balance things out. So, all right, that's my goals for 2019, sub 25K, a sub 43 10K, and a sub 140 half marathon. And I'll just keep you guys posted as I go along. So let me know in the comments below what your goals are for 2019. Doesn't have to be running related. I have a lot of people that watch this channel that aren't runners. They could be whatever your hobbies or interests are. Let me know what your goals are for 2019. I'm always interested in hearing that. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.